Welcome to Mangal Earth podcast, where our efforts aim to create Mangal on Earth and Earth on Mars. Mangal Earth is about bridging worlds, discovering technologies on Earth that propel humanity's journey amongst the stars. Today, we have someone very special for you, a very well known sciencepreneur, researchpreneur, eternal explorer who is simplifying science for all of us across ages, Yogita Shukla. Hello, Yogita, how are you?
Morning, Bhuvan, and thanks for inviting me on this podcast. It's a really interesting way to reach out to our viewers and to a larger audience. I would also like to thank my mentors and organizations that have shaped me and helped me to reach where I am. So,
Taking cue from your vast experience and engagement with academicians, entrepreneurs, and researchers, we want to ask you our next curiosity. You have extensive experience in environmental sciences, climate resilience, and geospatial technology, coupled with your passion for regenerative living and holistic systems. Please share the journey that led you to your current role as a sciencepreneur at Space Villages.
So it all started like when I was at a crossroads in my bachelor's. So growing up, our generation, it was two options, either be a doctor or be an engineer. So I went to the doctor side, but somehow there was a researcher in me which was always active. And I realized that I never wanted to be a medical practitioner. I always wanted to be a researcher, finding cures to the diseases. I went through the life sciences part of it because it really enamored me. And I took a bachelor's course and I was at a crossroad as to where I want to go next. And that's when I realized environmental sciences is the way to go because I connect with nature too much. And I ended up doing masters in environmental sciences. And then from there, it just went into space sciences, remote sensing, because remote sensing is one of the major tools and technologies to measure environmental changes. And from a researcher to sciencepreneur, it was more of my stubbornness to be both a mother and a professional. So I tried to carve a niche for myself where coming out of a 9 to 6 job. So I started as a solopreneur and now I'm transitioning to be a sciencepreneur.
Balancing all of these roles that you play, you would have to integrate diverse disciplines. Can you tell our audience that how are you able to integrate all of these areas such as natural resource management, climate resilience, and energy management into the work that you are undertaking?
So I would just say that, we all see it in silos. Coming from an environmental sciences background, which is a very multidisciplinary domain, environment is all about including everything which is around us. So that's include uh, the biotic components and the abiotic components. So as an environmental scientist, we see the whole. We don't see the fragmented parts, what we call as natural resources or climate change or energy management. End of the day, they are all one part of the whole system. And we, from an environmental science background, we see the whole and we connect the dots. And this is what our expertise is. And on the top of that, we have geospatial information and technologies, which brings all this information together and create a platform where we can visualize, we can integrate these information and provide it in a format which helps in decision making. So that's how, basically it's environment is a network and it's a whole web, and integrating that network, understanding that network, building that network, that integrated framework is where I all my journey has been.
Dr. Yogita, you've been involved in national development programs like green credits, carbon credits, and initiatives promoting climate smart cities. Can you elaborate on the role of geospatial information technologies in all of these programs?
Geospatial information technologies, which essentially involves Earth observation, and also it integrates a spatial and non-spatial information. It is the technology which unravels the Earth's intuitive intelligence by linking all the different aspects of our planet, whether it is Earth sciences, whether it is environmental sciences, whether it is atmospheric sciences. So all the disciplines, all the things, they are integrated using geospatial information technologies. And I would also like to point out here is that uh, these technologies in, so we have all have an information and learning curve, where from data to information to knowledge and to wisdom. So in an information system learning, geospatial information provides that wisdom in decision making by integrating all these contextual information and bringing forth the hidden insights of Earth systems dynamics.
Dr. Yogita, you are a well known advocate for women empowerment and gender equality in STEM fields. What initiatives or strategies do you believe are crucial in fostering diversity, inclusivity, especially in the sectors of environmental sciences and geospatial technologies?
We generally undermine the role of women as being a nurturer, you know, and that is where the whole problem and whole issues comes into picture, because all our work culture, it is aligned to a one particular gender and into a 9 to 6 working hours. So I feel, and I have created a model where women can be a mother also and a professional, but then you have to look beyond the 9 to 6 work culture. You have to provide those flexible way where you can integrate women into workspace where they can be both a mother and also a professional. I don't think men have this challenge, but women always have this guilt. When they are in office, they think of kids. When they are with kids, they think of office. And this conflicting emotions, they it doesn't let them perform to their fullest. So if we provide that support system through flexible working policies, work from home, a kind of you know a setup, because daycare and all those things can be a stopgap arrangement, but then they won't help a mother to nurture their kids, because kids need mothers, they need their time. And because I was able to do that, I could nurture my twins and nurture their polymathic potential. They are not just good in academics, so they are pursuing their bachelor's in environmental sciences and a dual degree in bachelor's in computer applications and data analytics. They are also accomplished artists. They on their own, they have been applauded for their artistic creations. They are into music, they are into guitar, they have their own compositions. And as a mother, I could nurture them to their fullest potential, because I could find that flexible. I mean, I strive for it. I fought for that flexibility in my career, and I was able to grow myself and at the same time nurture the twins. Word is empowered next generation. A happy mother is what translates into a happy next generation. The other thing I would like to say, that most of the women, they leave STEM because of this structured work culture and are not able to contribute. So bringing this flexibility, making them be able to be both mother and a professional is the way to go if we want to include more women into STEM research.
sometimes in the corporate world forget gender diversity and how it operates. So, there are different sets of hormones and different biologies that motivate men and women, and this is a big challenge in the developing world. While setting up millions of toilets across India, we never realized gender sensitivities. They were all designed one
Exactly.
way, not understanding the vulnerability of women, let's say, from men, or privacy issues, and so on and so forth. So guys
Exactly.
who are
Exactly.
in this field of development, research, exploration, always remember there's no one way of doing things right. There may be two, three, many more ways of doing things right. Keep an open
Exactly.
mind and start with the gender understanding of gender roles and how they can help us grow our systems. Dr. Yogita, your recent engagement at Indian Institute of Technology, Roorkee, was very empowering on Women's Day. Please, could you share some insights on balancing professional responsibilities with nurturing roles and how this balance contributes to a more sustainable and equitable future?
All said and done, there is an intrinsic and inherent bond between a mother and a child, So when a child cries, what the first thing or the first instinct which comes to it is it's looking for its mother. It doesn't look for its father, even though the father can be very well connected, very well nurturing. But the bond, the biology, you can't ignore the biology, and you should not ignore that biology. So that nurturing role helped me in connecting with the future generation and connecting with the next generation, because at the end of the day, all said and done, with all the cutthroat competition we are into, we need a kind of empathy, we need a kind of understanding, and we are humans, we have to understand that emotions are a strength, they are not our weaknesses. So we have to empower each one of us. We have to understand that each one of us has our emotions, and being an emotionally sensitive and emotionally intelligent persons, I connect with people at an emotional level. I connect at a very at the understand the sensitivities which they are going through, and help them navigate through those chaos which uh, the logical mind, or the cutthroat competition world does not allow. And I would also say that human intelligence is not just not logical intelligence. There are other types of intelligence also. So there is a existential intelligence, there's spatial intelligence, there is emotional intelligence, there's intuitive intelligence, there is musical intelligence, there is natural intelligence. So there are all these other kind of intelligence, and we need to focus on all these when we have to nurture and develop the next level of professionals of the next generation people. And that is what I focus in, understanding all the different kind of intelligence, and help them identify that these intelligence, it's not just one intelligence, but you are made up of these multiple intelligence. The other thing which I would want to say, that we are born with unmeasurable potential. This journey, the journey we have is to explore our potential and nurture it to the fullest. So life to me is all about exploring, experimenting, experiencing, evolving, and enjoying the whole process. So it's like e raised to power 5.
Hurrah, guys. So, a bonus session for you guys. So many avenues opened. Thank you, Dr. Yogita, for sharing and being candid with us on what steps we can take as a human being across gender, across backgrounds that we come from, in living a more holistic life, a more fulfilled life, a more meaningful and mindful life. And thank you, viewers, for sharing this video with your partners and peers and supporting Mangal Earth and the initiatives that we highlight on the show. Till next episode of Mangal Earth, this is Bhuvan. Namaskar.